Shalom.
Shalom.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay. Oh, Andy K is coming in. Good. She made it in. Got somebody driving. Oh, please, for goodness sakes, I'm a
Hey.
3% Jewish grandmother. So if you're driving, please drive carefully and don't look at me. I'm going to worry this whole meeting. So we got that. Paul is here. Oh boy, this is going to be a party. I know it's a party. Paul, any of your team joining us today?
No, sir. They're going to look at
Okay, no, I
evidence.
meant not Paul, Paula, but yes, Paul. It's good to see
Oh,
you.
sorry.
No worries. No worries.
Good morning. What was the question?
No, any of your team joining us today?
She'll probably be here in about a half hour.
Okay, well, that's fine. And she'll get to watch the recap. That's great. So Paul and I are doing some work together, so I'm looking forward to seeing that.
So if
Kenny
I was going to
Bellini up
ask,
early in the morning. What's the matter, Paula?
sorry, if I was going to ask David to join in on this call one day, maybe not today, I think he's busy. How would I do that?
You would just talk to me about it after.
Okay,
Or, we could share a link with him, but yeah.
got it.
And by the way, this is for everyone in this meeting, except for Sandy, who's driving. Get a pen. Daniel at boganhomes.com. He's the godfather of this meeting, the wizard behind the curtain. Okay. He's the one that's going to get you in and really take care of you and do all of that. So that's really important. Okay. So we got this meeting being recorded. It means don't say anything stupid. We got Paul Zwiebin, who's here, who makes a lot of money and does a lot of videos, which is great. We've got some great videos that we're going to be sharing. We're going to be talking today about finding your real estate niche. I'm also going to share with everyone in the notes a bunch of people that you really ought to follow on YouTube. This is really interesting stuff. What is YouTube? Does anyone want to, Paul, I'm going to ask you, Paul, what is YouTube? Just
It's
in your own words.
it's an incredible search engine. It's the number two search engine on the planet, I believe.
Yes.
And your videos live there forever.
And they do live there forever. Which is why I always warn everyone about that. So yes, Paul is correct. YouTube is a search engine. We put it in the category of social media, but really, it is the number two search engine as well. Anybody want to have a guess at what number one is? Hmm?
Google.
Google. Very good. So Google, the company Alphabet owns Google, it owns YouTube, and it owns Waymo, that driverless car that I take in LA when I go to see my daughter, and also in Austin, Texas. It's pretty cool. It owns that too. So it has the two number one search engines. And I think it's important for you to make the distinction. You can treat it as a social media, and I think you should, but just know the difference between it. People are searching for answers on YouTube. I kind of discovered this 11 or 12 years ago when my sister got married and I didn't know how to tie a bow tie. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go to YouTube and see. And then I spoke to all the people who were in the wedding party, and like three or four of us watched the same video. And then I went back and saw it had 1 million views. And I'm like, holy shit, there's something about this. So part of this meeting today is to talk about the quality of the content and the interest of the niche. Terry, we love to joke many times about his number one video was talking about how the Hudson River is not really a river, it's actually an estuary, and how
The East
people,
River, the East River.
the East River, sorry, okay, my bad. Um, but that was some great content that they have it. Paul has been masterful in taking his past life as a business life, I should say, as a chef and showcasing that because guess what? All of us eat. Some of you may be vegan and some of you may be carnivores, but he's found his niche in that and he's been able to marry that with much of what he does in real estate. And he's found like an area to kind of focus on and talk to some people. Let me just show you a couple of videos first, while we get going, because everybody likes the videos. I want to be able to talk about this and what is the characteristics of a video that actually makes people want to watch. By the way, we will be sharing all these links with you in the notes after this meeting, so you'll be able to click on these links. I believe that what I'm going to show you today are people that you really should be following. But let's take a look at the first one here, and then we will go on. Let's take a look at Taya's 2 cents. Taya is a very successful agent out west, and well, just take a look.
Remember those days when you were selling your house and you could just stick a sign in the yard and you're like, yeah, we're only going to show it on Saturday between 9:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. And by the way, we're going to be there with the dog and the cat and grandpa and all the tissue boxes and garbage everywhere. And people would actually still show up and you'd get 27 offers on Monday. Yeah, those days are gone. So if you're a buyer, you're like, I'm going to go to the house that's actually available to see. I'm going to go to the house that not only looks good in photos, but I can go see it after work, during the workday, in the morning, whatever. So if you're a seller and you want to sell while you're living there, you need to ask yourself, what cost am I willing to spend? Am I willing to spend the time and energy to make sure it's clean and available all the time, which is a pain in the ass? Do I want to spend the cost of moving out and have it be easy to show? Or do I want to spend the cost of just reducing the price and making buyers get excited so they will write an offer no matter what? The choice is yours. And that's just my 2 cents.
Okay, so that's Taya Carlo. Again, you'll be getting the link to her. Reportedly, she's done 140 million in sales in 2024. Again, I encourage you to check the facts on that for yourself. I do know that she's a very well-known speaker. She gets out there. It helps that she's attractive. Let's call a spade a spade. She happens to be a pretty woman, and that does help when it comes to these things. But I also want to show you a guy right now named Spencer Fritz, who's not an attractive woman. Actually, before I show you Spencer Fritz, I'm going to show you just one other video here. Let me go there. And then I'm going to get to Paul and talk to him about what he's up to and getting some videos out here. Let me just see what, sometimes the videos get in the way. Here, this is actually very good.
Are you a frustrated buyer in this strong seller's market? Are you having trouble finding a house, or maybe your offers have been declined in multiple offer situations? At Loft Realty, we feel your pain. That's why we're rolling out our Hug a House program, because we feel that if you can't get that house, at least you can hug it. We're dealing with a lot of problems in this country, such as inflation, soaring gas prices, and Amber Heard. What better way to soothe your anxiety and concerns than to settle into a warm embrace with an inanimate object? It's like my therapist always says, things are just a little bit better when you're snuggled up with a downspout. Just make a toll-free call into our office. Tell our staff which active listing you'd like to hug, and a highly trained agent will confirm an appointment with you. We visit the house and it's on. Just you, the house, and an awkward cuddle. There are only 3 rules. Hugs must be held under 5 minutes. Keep your hands in an appropriate position, and all your clothing must remain on your body during the hug. Oh yeah, and if you'd like to see the inside of the home and make an offer on it, we can help with that too. But for the purposes of this Hug a House program, we're here for one reason only. Hug.
Okay, so that is not a pretty agent.
80% of my real estate sales have come organically.
Hold on. Okay. That's a guy who's built his whole business on making humorous videos. That video did not cost a lot of money to make, and I wanted to show you deliberately a pretty woman like Taya Carlo, who does very well. And then this guy, we're going to have that for you to see as well. But you can learn from these videos. You could
What
see
was his name, Ed? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Let me just take a look back here for a second. It is, God, I'll remember in a minute. You got me on a senior moment here. But we'll get that to you in a minute. Okay. We'll get all that to you. So the point that I'm making with all of this is there's many, many different ways for you to get this. And this meeting is about finding your YouTube niche. Paul, I want to talk with you a little bit here. First of all, can you introduce yourself to everyone and tell us where you are and what you do?
Hi, my name is Paul Zwiebin, and I'm a real estate addict.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
We're like
my
therapy here.
My wife and I are business
it's been 3 days since I sold a house. Yeah, go on. Okay.
My wife and I are business partners in New York City. We have a small team of 7. We work at Compass. I've been in the business for 18 years. Prior to that, I was a chef and I owned about 10 restaurants in New York City. I love what I do.
Okay, very, very good. How has video come into play when it comes to building your business?
So I've really tripled down, especially this year, but I've been committed to doing at least 2 pieces of content every single day for years now. And now I'm making but I'm asking my team to also do videos, and they can be 7 seconds to 2 minutes. Some of them are just organic. I did one this morning in front of the Belnord, which is on 86th and Broadway. I just held the phone like right out here, and I was like, "Hey, do you know what TV show is filmed at the Belnord, and it's Only Murders on Hulu?" And I was like, "If you think I know, I was like, we're the only team that you should talk to in New York City." Blah blah blah. I do a lot of cooking analogies or videos, and at the end of the video, I'm like, "If you think I know a lot about food, wait till you talk to me about real estate." Paul's even to the Zwiebeln team of Compass, blah blah blah. So it's part of my business plan, and it's important because people watch these videos and they go. I mean, I basically put the majority of videos on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, sometimes Facebook business page, and Instagram on a daily basis.
Okay. And how much on a daily basis? So how much time would you say you put into your videos weekly?
3.5 hours.
Okay, well, it's a piece of it's a commitment. That's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, but it could be less.
Okay. And do you batch the videos? Are you doing this all?
No, no. I mean, a lot of times I'll just be walking by a building and I'll either remember a story about a seller or a buyer or something interesting about the building. Like, for example, the Alcott is an old hotel on 72nd Street, and it has 4 elevators. And the reason why there's never an issue with the elevators in that building because it was a hotel, and hotel elevators usually don't ever have a problem. So, like those little like nuggets of fun things, like what Terry did about the East River, people love that stuff.
Yeah, people do love that stuff. So that's the first thing. Second thing with you, you are a chef. You do a lot of cooking and a lot of stuff like that. What would you say as far as your niche goes, what the most important content you have? Where do you think people are giving you the most love as far as viewership goes on your videos?
I would say so. I'm starting to, and this is a project that I've been doing it. I think I've done 4 already, where I travel to different parts of the country, meet up with an agent in like a beautiful home that they're selling. We do a tour, and then we end up in the kitchen and we cook together. I did one in Charleston, South Carolina, Valentine's weekend. The team invited their 10 top female customers, and we did a Galantines brunch. And I mean, we collaborate. It was when I put it on Instagram, it was collaborated. But the food things slash real estate are the best viewed videos that I do.
Yeah. And but they might be the most viewed. Do you think they're the most effective as far as getting the recognition and how do you rank that recognition as far as your success goes?
Well, I think number one is I know that other agents are looking at these videos. So hopefully I'm going to get referrals from that.
Mm.
And, our name is being spread out more and more, saying that, look, we collaborate with different, with agents and we work all over the country. And then just like the knowledge that I have with both food and real estate are the selling points of the videos.
Okay. It's good stuff. I'm going to show one other video here. I want you guys to see. This came out of Australia. It was this was a real budget. So, part of what I try and tell everyone is when you come to my mastermind, you can spend a lot of money, but you don't have to. You can spend a little bit of money and have much more effect. You could be beautiful and young and gorgeous with, all the nice curves and all that and make a lot of money. You could also be a guy with a beard hugging a house. The point that I'm making with all of this is what is your niche? That's what I want you to think about. Take a look at this video. We're going to talk about this. Real cinematic quality. You can hear me, everyone? Okay,
Yes.
there we go. Real cinematic quality.
No audio. Can't hear anything.
There's no audio?
No.
Unknown.
And I'm also curious what it is they're selling here.
Well, I want you guys to hear it. But you can hear me?
We can hear you, yeah.
Huh. Okay, because it's actually a very funny video here. And can you hear that now?
Nope.
Okay, I don't know why that would be the case.
I heard it.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear that?
No, and I really want to.
Eitan, were you able to hear it?
I kind of heard blah, 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 like the beginning a moment
That?
ago. Yeah.
Okay,
No.
Eitan, are you logged in as me?
I think so.
Okay, but no one else was able to hear it.
Correct.
Okay,
Can't hear it.
so let me try one other. Again, I'm sorry, guys. That was. Let me just see here.
No, I'm not logged in as you.
Okay, good. Did anyone else hear the video?
No.
Just 1 second,
Who's 1 second?
Greg.
Oh, Greg heard it for 1 second. Okay, let me try. Let me see if it was that video itself or another one. I'm sorry, guys. That's not the way I like to do things here. And I'll try and get this technical issue together. Can you guys hear
real
this?
estate is always not about
Yes.
a beautiful.
Guys, can everyone hear
Yes.
this aside from Eitan?
Yes. Yes, we can hear her.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me try this other one once again. Can you hear this?
No.
No.
I don't understand it. Okay, that's a bummer. This was a good one. I will leave it to all of you. They made a dramatic thing.
Just put the link in the chat.
Okay.
Well, and did you test the volume slider? Is it all the way up on that video?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still no?
Still no.
Can you
try to refresh the page, sir?
What?
Refresh the page.
Okay, thanks. How about that?
Nope.
Okay, Daniel, do me a favor. I'm putting it in the chat. Can we try and share it from your screen? I'm harping on it because I think these guys made a bloody fortune. Here, that's the video.
Well,
And
they
I-
also spent a bloody fortune, it looks
He
like.
did.
As well.
This is true. Don't be so negative, Nelly there, Terry. Okay.
I'm just saying.
So Daniel, can you share your screen and see if you can play that for everyone? No. Okay. So there's something about that video. I don't know why we're not able to hear it. Daniel, you could hear it? Oh, Daniel, your mute is on. Come on, unmute yourself, man. Okay, try it now. No, we still can't hear it.
Yeah.
We still can't hear it. Okay, sorry guys, that was a big waste of time. That's not what I wanted to do. In any case, the video is there. What they were actually doing was making a dramatic kind of James Bond thing. A little sexist, I know, I get it. However, they sold a fortune of real estate based on this whole thing. It had a funny punchline at the end. You guys have that video. We will be sharing that in a little bit. Again, sorry for that little diversion. That's not the way I like to run my meetings. But let me go on with one more here. Let's see if you could, hopefully you'll hear this. Going back to some funny stuff here.
This is the dining room.
Can you hear this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they are big in these houses. Most of them have been converted into flats. So to get one like this, bit of a lucky find.
How many bedrooms is it?
It's two, but there is the box room, which could be an office or could be used as a third bedroom.
I think we definitely need 3 double bedrooms.
Did I ask you? Did I ask you?
Into the kitchen. Oh,
Lovely kitchen.
well, it's not the biggest one I've seen, but they have made great use of the space. The fridge is set into the wall.
Oh, that's nice.
And there's a fully electric hob.
I really don't like electric. You can't gauge the heat properly.
Did I ask you? Did I ask you? Look at me. Look at me in the eye. Did I ask you? Don't vex me, yeah?
you could probably negotiate the washer dryer. Shall we pop upstairs? So, that was the house. Any more questions?
I don't think so, darling.
Well, I do have another couple coming to see it this afternoon, second viewing, so.
I mean, I really like it, but it's a bit too expensive for us.
Look, I know this is the most expensive purchase you're ever going to make. I understand that. So if you and hubby need a little more time to mull it over, you've got my number.
Well, to be honest, it is a little bit out of our price range.
Did I ask you? Did I ask you?
No,
Buy this house.
I can't afford it.
Buy it.
How can I go to the bank?
Buy it.
Look, please, no.
Buy it.
Look, please don't make me.
Buy it.
Look, I beg you.
Buy it.
Look, stop it.
Buy it. Buy it. Buy it.
Please.
Buy it. Buy it.
Okay. Let's go back to my office and sign the paperwork. Ooh, I am having a busy day.
Okay, so you get the point with some of these things. I'm trying to get you to think. Obviously, that's not a serious video. That was a comedy sketch, but there isn't a reason why you can't borrow from these ideas, be able to take some of the stuff, go a step further. One of the wonderful things that's very liberating about video is that you could be incredibly straight and, you know, look at this is what I've got, here's a house, or you could go a little bit off the wall. It's your choice. I will say this, and I'm going to ask Paul and then I'm going to ask Terry, because they both use video in their marketing here, and I'll throw this out to anyone else who's in this meeting. What do you think? Actually, we'll start with Terry. As far as the most engaging content that you have, you know, and aside, we've said the estuary a bunch of times, but what do you think has been the most, that's been the most engaging to the people that matter to you?
I do a series of Thank You Brooklyn videos where I am in front of a business or a statue or a something that is indigenous only to Brooklyn. And I thank Brooklyn for it being there. I try to go to as many different neighborhoods, and Brooklyn would be the fourth largest city in the United States if it was its own city. So I have a plethora of neighborhoods to choose from to show that I know all these neighborhoods, that this famous pizzeria in Midwood is here, and why is it what it is, et cetera, et cetera. I've gotten so many responses to those, and I do it to position myself as the expert on all things Brooklyn.
Okay, very, very good. And Paul, I mean, again, aside from cooking, is there any tips or advice?
I mean, some of the best videos we've ever gone on, especially with traction, are with me and my wife. We did one video during COVID. We were sitting in the car upstate because we couldn't sell any real estate. And I looked at my wife and I started talking to her, and she was like, I don't care when the Mets win the World Series. I don't care about any sports analogy. I just want to get my hair done, my nails done, and be with my girlfriends. Like, that was the whole thing. And it was, I mean, massively watched.
It was massively watched, and let me give you my 2 cents here. If everyone remembers the time with COVID, I remember that video, and I remember talking with you about that video. It really struck a nerve with everybody who was stuck at home with their spouse.
Yep.
The people that I showed it to, they just said, yeah, that's it, man. It's like, I can't believe I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this person.
Yep.
It really just struck a nerve with that, and people really did love that. So,
well, and also to her credit, Carolyn is a hysterically funny woman with the most dry delivery in the world.
Yes.
She came in first place in the last Douglas Elliman talent show,
Yep.
mostly by making fun of you, Paul. It was great.
Yep. 100%. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. No, that was really, really good stuff. So everyone should have the workbook. That's going to go through some of the technicalities of what you want to make. So what kind of equipment are you going to get? I mean, we could go on. This is you get a master's degree in this. I mean, you could really go on. I think Terry and Paul will agree. You could go on forever and get so much. But here's the thing that I want you to know. If you have an iPhone, if you have a smartphone, you've got the ability to make a video now. And I want to take it a step further. And I want to give everybody a challenge. We want you to make a video and post it and share it with our mastermind. The person who has the best video that actually goes up will get a month free in the mastermind. We'll have a little contest. People kind of like that. So we'll be able to challenge that. Plus, you get bragging rights to say that you're the best. And we're going to give you till next week to actually present it. I really, truly hope you take us up on that competition, even if it sucks, even if it's something that you don't like. Now, here's an idea to help you along. I want you to make an explanatory video explaining how to brush your teeth. Now, it's step by step. Shot 1, toothpaste. Shot 2, brushing the teeth. Shot 3, spitting the water out. It doesn't have to be that complex. It could be on one single run. It could be on an edited platform. As far as how to edit, now there are tools that are available to you. I use Final Cut Pro when I'm really trying to make some big videos, and you need to learn stuff with that, so I'm not expecting you to do this. There are other tools such as the Captions app. Some of you have seen that. There's other thing called CapCut that will do much of the editing for you. You want to make something a little bit more professional. There is what's Daniel? What's the online resource for virtual assistants for
Fiverr.
Fiverr. Sorry, thank you. Fiverr.com. Fiverr, and you're going to be able to get anything you want as far as people to produce the video for you, to take the raw, crappy footage that you might have put together and they turn it into something. So,
or you can hire me.
Or we could talk to Sandy as well, but we're not plugging our own separate services here right now. Thank you, Sandy.
Sorry.
So we've got all of that to actually think about. Let me just see if there's a couple other videos I could share with you. If anybody has questions or thoughts, please bring them up. Let me just see where we've got. Here, there's Carys. Let's see if we got Carys.
Picture a life.
Okay, hold on. Here's somebody that you should follow.
Where you're
Can you hear that?
Everybody, Terry here. I want to say thank you, Brooklyn, for this view.
Hold on.
This view in dumb.
Who's got
Are
that
you
on?
quoting me, Edmund? That's
I don't know who's got the video
page.
on. Somebody's got to mute themselves. Okay. Nobody wants to live up to it here. But I'm glad that you got Terry going here. Let me just show you this quickly.
Where setbacks don't send you off course, where issues come up and they don't affect your emotions, when your inner peace is.
This is Carys, and she's got 46,000 followers. Most of the stuff that she does is talking about video, talking about what, how to actually make video. Again, she's an attractive woman. That's the white elephant in the room. I'm going to actually mention it because it does have an effect. It might not be fair that I'm not an attractive woman, nor did I ever really want to be. I would like her followers, though. So, you could actually take a look at Carys. That's somebody that I think is really important to follow. There's Spencer Fritz. Take a look at that.
No audio.
Again, no audio.
Is there no audio? Hey, guys, you got to speak up sooner. What is that the case?
That is the case.
Okay. Guys, I'm very, very sorry for the technical issues here. I really just don't understand it, and I'll have to look back into it. You guys will be able to download this stuff, and we are going to have that for everyone. It is, again, I wanted to show one to the other. Were you able to hear Carys?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Daniel, after this meeting, we're fixing this fucking problem. This is really, no, I'm enraged right now. I just don't know what the heck's going on. Nobody interrupts my meetings. That's no good. Okay, so moving right along. Now I'll bring the smile back up. Who else has got somebody that they're following that we could actually share or talk about? I want to hear it from you, especially since none of my videos seem to be working here. Okay,
Jimmy Burgess in South Carolina.
Who?
Jimmy Burgess. Let me see. Hold on. Burgess.
Okay, I got him here.
Jimmy Burgess. Yeah,
Let's.
I listened to him a
Right,
lot.
your real estate.
That we heard, whatever that was.
Okay, can you hear this?
That is wanting to build their business based on relationships and referrals. This is the episode for you. I've got Jana Bruce with me out of Houston. She is one of the top producing luxury agents in the entire market, and she's going to share exactly what she's done to generate over 80% of her business from repeat clients and referrals. All right, Jana, this is a conversation I've been looking forward to because, in my opinion,
Okay, it's a 25-minute video. I'm not going to run through the whole thing.
Yeah, how long?
But he's got long form. Another thing that you guys might want to know, there's long form and then there are reels. The reels are looking like your iPhone. So when you hold an iPhone up, it's going to go the aspect ratio from top to bottom as opposed to the movie theater aspect ratio, 16:9. The reels are great because they've been introduced by most social media as a real tool for you to quickly put up video. They're really supposed to be short form, although now they're going up to, I think, 15 minutes in many cases.
A question for you about the reels, the shorts. They almost seem like kind of like a commercial for a longer video. Is that
sometimes? Sometimes
they can be. Yeah, they can be.
They can be, you know, for whatever it wants. There is, in many cases, no long, hard, or fast answer. And you've heard me say this in every single meeting. Every time I showed you a beautiful woman who's got tons and tons of followers, I show you a kind of average, or may I say, pretty ugly guy that has the same number of followers. So, you know, I've heard a lot of people use that as an excuse, which is why I kind of like to put this up here. Creativity is going to win out in this. You don't think that you're too creative? That's fine. Find somebody that is. Talk to somebody like Terry. Terry will speak to every one of you. Okay, Terry's like the greatest guy. So will Paul. So will any of you. I mean, the reality is that these are very collaborative, sharing type of people, and I think it's important. Okay, Sandy, without plugging your business, please go ahead.
Okay, just wanted to say that every time my wife and I go to a new restaurant, I do a reel on Facebook.
Good.
And it's getting some low traction.
Okay, it gets some.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to know what's in it for them. Rich Goldberg just raised his hand. Rich, want to just tell everyone who you are and where you are after you unmute yourself?
I'm unmuted. I'm Rich Goldberg. I'm from Villanova, Pennsylvania, and today I'm with Berkshire Hathaway.
Okay, we'll see what it is tomorrow.
I put a link on the chat. Okay, it's an Instagram link for Along the Main Line. Okay, click on it, and I think this girl. In fact, first time I saw what she was doing, I had to give her a call. She wasn't there, but when she got back to me, I said, you know, this is unbelievable what you're doing.
Is this her?
And just go through, you know, there's all kinds of things that she does. She has a tremendous following. She has great on-screen presence. I mean, she talks to the camera like, you know, like it's her best friend. And it's, you might love it, you might hate it, but I'm in the loving portion of it.
Okay. And you know what? I'm glad you said love it or hate it. Whether you love it or hate it is you know, Dane Cook is a comedian. You ever hear of Dane Cook, Rich?
No, but I
Good. There's no reason for you. You've got gray hair. Okay. Dane Cook is
black still.
You're a sexy guy. Let's be very clear about that. But the point about Dane Cook is he sold out Madison Square Garden 2 nights in a row, and I love comedy and I've done stand-up. I don't get a single one of his jokes. I don't understand it. So whether somebody loves it or hates it, if you've got a marketplace for it, that's what it is. If it matters to you, it matters to somebody else. If you're going to stop in this meeting and say you ought to follow this woman, she's worth following because somebody else is going to agree with you. So I think I want everyone to get off the whole mindset of winning or losing or being better or worse or whatever. It really is, you've got one job and one job only, to sell some fucking real estate. And we're going to do that by getting yourself the most type of exposure that you possibly can. And YouTube, it's a gift. It's a search engine and it's a gift. It actually gets that out there. But so go on, Rich, continue. You're muted still. You're muted, yeah. You're still muted. You're still muted. Okay, he can't unmute. There we go.
I'm sorry, I'm talking. I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to look at it and just take. She's just really excellent, and I guess a lot of people think the same. She has like 22,000 followers, and she was an education, a lower school teacher. She went into real estate maybe max 2 years ago, and she's killing it in terms of business. And I tell you should just be a what do you call it? When the person's a someone who's online all the time, people tune in to watch that person.
An influencer?
She should just be an influencer. She's that good.
Rich, can you say her name again, please?
Leah Davy. And if you look on the chat line there, I put it in at 9:32. You can see
Daniel, can you go after that for us as well? We'll add that to the notes at the end of this. Greg, I'm going to get you in 1 second. I know you had your hand up, and I don't want to forget about you because you're important, and I don't want to do that. I want this just to be the starting point for all of you to consider video. Consider getting stuff up and sharing it with the group. If you're going to screw something up, if you're going to make the worst video ever, share it with us. We're safe. We're the ones that are going to be able to help you get a little bit better. The whole notion of education, and I care very much about how you learn, because I care about how I learn, is to make mistakes and correct it. That's what learning is all about. And that's what this is really, it's so important to be able to go from point A to point B with all of this. Okay, Greg, if you could unmute yourself, tell everyone who you are and tell us what's on your mind.
So Greg Coggins, and I'm mad at Paul because he came to Charleston, South Carolina, and didn't invite me over to have something to eat. Anyway, I am in Charleston, South Carolina, and I just wanted to mention, and I'm a little surprised you haven't yet, that there are tools, AI tools out there that will take long form. So you do your long form 30-minute video, and you load it into this AI tool, and it will collapse it into a 30-second or 60-second, however long you want, quick clip that you can post as a reel or as just a short form video. Really cool stuff. And I looked through my notes to find the name. I think it's Opus.
There's Opus Clip,
but
there's Feed, there's Descript. There are a bunch. And yeah, look, you're right. This is such a massive topic. I'm hoping that you guys will use the workbook. Does everyone have the workbook? Okay, that was distributed here. Daniel, you know what I'm asking? If you look in the chat, Daniel's about to put that back into the chat, and you could download that workbook. I highly suggest it. We do put time into this. Where is this thing? Okay, there he goes. So Daniel's got the workbook. You could see that on here, and you should download that and be able to print it up and use it. Write it out. Take it in the bathtub. Read it cover to cover. Talk about it with your friends. It's going to be
I
fun.
put it in the chat at clidio.com, whatever, /compresses video. Somebody recommended that to me, and I just keep it on my book, my tabs, at the top saved.
Okay.
A college kid recommended that, so it's got to be good.
And because people are sending me private messages here requesting it, either Eitan or Daniel, if you could put the link up for the download of the 100 prompts, AI prompts that every realtor should have. The one, we normally are charging now online $50 for it, but the one that gives it to them for free because they are here and they are a part of this. So if you could get that to them, that would be just groove. Oh, good. Rich is showing. He printed it. Rich is a good guy. Everyone should be like Rich. Rich, I want to be like you when I grow up. Sorry about the gray hair comment. I've got gray hair too. Okay. Who else?
At least you have hair.
You know what, Terry? I've liked you bald for 25 years here. Okay, you're just perfect the way you are.
Aw.
So, who else has got questions, comments, thoughts, ideas? This is a great place to collaborate before we get to wants, needs, and breakfast. Oh yeah, Eitan just put this up. There's the offer, Rain Nation offer. You could use the coupon code ED100 and get that for free. It's normally $50. We are starting an online store and selling a lot of our content, but I don't want you to pay for it. So you could download the list of prompts by going there and saving that. And if you have a problem with it afterward, the one email address that you should never lose, Daniel at Bogan Homes. Again, the wizard behind the curtain. Sandy, go ahead. You got to unmute, Sandy.
Hey, so we had an AI thing at our broker last week, and it showed how to do how to get yourself into the virtual space.
I
Like
don't
making
understand what you just said. I'm not following.
an icon. What do you call it when you talk but you're not
Oh, an
saying the
AI
last thing?
avatar?
Yeah, an avatar. It showed us how to do an avatar, and it was really amazing. It's like
Okay.
super easy, and
We
it was very interesting.
Aton is my business partner and technical specialist, and he does make AI avatars that we could A, show you how to do it if you want. B, we could actually do it for you, which might be even better. We use two different technologies currently. HeyGen is one of them. The other one is Captions app. I never focus on the technology. Don't make that mistake. I never focus on one thing. It's a fool that will do that. Things are moving so quickly in the tech space here that we have to absorb it as fast as we can and learn it as fast as we can to be able to roll it out and present it to all of you. Currently, those are two of the leading AI avatar services. I swear by it. It works really well for me. But I know in the next couple of months, there's going to be something else that's going to knock it down. And I know that we just have to stay on top of it. Good news, you don't have to. You could just be part of my mastermind. And we'll keep you informed of all this great
I
stuff.
actually did use HeyGen. It was very cool.
Yeah, it's great. Aton, just quickly tell everyone about the bar mitzvah boy. I think it's worth it. Let's just make it quick here.
Yeah, so I had my cousin was doing a bar mitzvah for his son, and they had trouble with the speech. So I told him, hey, I could hook you up with some AI. We can do an avatar. So just he sent me a short video of the sun, and I was able to make a speech video that was actually screened on during the event on the big screen, and it was in multiple languages, and it actually worked out really good.
So the kid is terrified, stage fright. He couldn't give a speech. And you said the rabbi thought it was like the work of the devil or something?
Yeah, the rabbi was against it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks, Rabbi.
I mean, keep in mind, the rabbi, all he does is make speeches and sermons. So for them, it's kind of like they don't want to be replaced.
So there's a lot of different tools that are out there. Thanks, Aton, for that. Okay, we're going to get to wants, needs, and brags. I do want all of you to come on Friday at 12 noon. Destination retirement. It's something I don't want you to do. I like you coming here. I like you subscribe to my mastermind. But I do want to talk about making a pathway for yourself in your business. And what do I mean by that? I've got a goal in the next 4 years, and my team is here and they know that, to do the masterminds and coaching full time. And it's actually probably going to happen before the 4 years. I've got a great team that's taking on the real estate work. I don't want to get out of real estate by any means. I love it. I love being a realtor. It's fantastic. But I've got a step-by-step plan that I'm actually creating for myself. Do you have your step-by-step plan? That's what Friday's meeting is all about. It's going to be at 12 noon. That should make Kenny Bellini very happy because he doesn't have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning in California to come to this. So we're giving our Californians a break. There is always a replay for our subscribed members. We have this on the Rain Nation website. Daniel, you could post that as well so people could take a look at that. So please, Friday, that's in 2 days, 12 p.m., destination retirement. Even if you don't want to retire, what can you do to get yourself set up so that you can? That's what we're trying to do. What is your 5-year plan? Maybe it's going to be less than 5 years. I don't know, but that's what we're going to be talking about. Okay, wants, needs, and brags. Now's the time in the meeting to talk about what you want, what you need, and what you want to brag about. I certainly always have great things to brag about. You know, there's great friends and great people that I've got in my life. We just got something under contract here, $2.5 million. Woohoo! I love money. It's great. You know, people love making money. It's good stuff. So we've needed that. Tell us, what do you have? Terry Robinson, please tell, what do you want to brag about?
Two things, two things. I did my first off-market listing, getting it into contract in a week. I've never done that before. All of my listings would go up on the market and do the traditional blah blah blah. But this is I have two houses that I've got listings on that one of them was on the market. The other one we're still waiting on some stuff. And I showed the one that was on the market to people. Do you have anything else? Well, I just happen to have this other one a block away. And sure enough, I'm very excited because that's never happened to me before.
Fantastic.
Also,
Go ahead.
this evening I will be speaking on a panel at Industry City, the cool new I love how I say this new area in Brooklyn. It's been there for 200 years, but it's been reinvigorated and reinvented. It's kind of the Soho of Brooklyn. We're doing a sip and real estate evening tonight. There's lots of breweries, beers, whiskeys, and such down there that we're going to be sipping on those things. And there's also going to be real estate professionals, a banker, an architect, a real estate professional such as myself that will be on a panel discussing things. It's free. Did I mention how much it costs? It's free tonight at 6:30 p.m. at the Tom Kane Theater in Industry City. I put my latest reel in the chat area because I've been promoting it via reel on Facebook, Instagram, etc. And I'm very excited about that. I'm putting on a sport coat. I haven't done that in months. So yay.
Good for you. Tara, you've always been a good friend and a top producer and top professional, and I'm always grateful for that. Again, I always tell everyone who says, I don't know how to get started with calling a sphere, call Terry. Call him and say hi. He'll talk to
Oh,
anybody.
and I do want to say one thing about videos. Edmund, this is a brilliant topic today, but if you don't do it, don't be intimidated.
Yeah.
Just take your phone, record something. There is no wrong. Actually, the organic aspect of just shooting yourself on a video walking down the street, people love that. So don't be intimidated by video.
Great. Thank you for that. Who else wants, needs, and brags? We got an applause from Greg. This is again, Kim, if you want to hop in, you're welcome to say anything you want. Jamie, Keller Williams, you could say something. Andy, any one of you, if you got something to brag about. It could be about a kid that got an A in class. I don't care. Could be anything. Nobody's got anything.
At a closing last Friday.
Hey. Awful tough. I'll see you soon. Okay, good for you. That was it a long deal?
Yeah, like 2 months.
Okay, good for you. Andy,
great. Thank you.
Here's another one for you to call. You don't know who to call Andy. The devil would like Andy. Okay, she's like the nicest person ever. That's great stuff. Who else wants, needs, and brags? Paula.
You you already know this, but for everybody else, I hired an in-person assistant. She's sitting right near me, Mia. So I'm very excited about that. Got rid of the VA because it just wasn't working for me. Some people it works for, it did not work for me. I need somebody here with me a couple hours a week.
Yep. And in our last private session, we met Mia, and she's lovely. And I'm glad that she's there and she'll grow out the team. Guys, there's no better investment in the team than getting the right kind of support. Daniel is crucial to my success. And as is Nicole, who I think is still, Nicole's here as well. It is so crucial to actually have a plan, but you got to actually make that plan. That's what we're all about. In any case, Tara, you almost ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyone else wants, needs, and brags before we sign off here? Okay. Again, meeting on Friday, 12 o'clock. We'll have the recap video. You got the links there. Never forget Daniel of Bogan Homes. That's going to be, again, the wizard behind the curtain. And after I say all that, it makes me look at you and want to say, it sure is good to see everyone today. I had so much fun talking to everyone, and I hope that all of you can make it this Friday, 12 p.m. for another exciting episode of
Rain Nation.
Mazel tov. I love that. Okay, guys. Thank you all so much. I'll stick around for a couple minutes if anybody wants to chat, but thank you all for coming. This was a good meeting.
Have a great day.
Okay, take care.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Evan. Yeah, I get up at 5:30 here to get to the 6 o'clock.
Yeah, and you get a haircut.
I'm usually up at 5. I'm back to I go either real long. Last time you saw me, I looked like a hippie or a film producer, right?
You looked like a film. So for those who are listening, I was in California and I was lucky enough to have lunch with Kenny and Victor, who's not here right now.
Yeah.
And you really, I felt like, okay, I wanted to pitch a movie to you.
I'm back and forth
Pitch a movie to you.
LA and the
And I was,
mountains.
whenever I go to California, everyone to me is selling a script. So I walk around, I'm like, okay, this is going to make millions. You got to green light this. Okay, baby, you got to green light this. Imagine Star Wars meets Brokeback Mountain. Okay, that's, we'll do one of those crazy things. And I'm telling you, people at the table are kind of looking at us because Kenny looked like he was going to make the movie. So that was kind of.
Yeah, my hair was a little longer.
Okay, guys. Anyway, good to see everyone. Look for the video archive, and I hope to see everyone on Friday.
Ed, thank you so much. You have no idea the value you contribute.
And Greg, and by the way, I never responded to your email, Greg. I did get it. I don't know. I've been under the weather. Not that that's an excuse, it's a reason. And I meant to respond to it, but it was read and it was understood. So I just want you to know that.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Take care.